Pisces. I'm going to be doing a self-love tarot spread. These are general readings. They might not resonate with everybody, but I plan on doing them weekly. So if you want to come back next week, you might be able to find a message that's more for you. These are self-love readings. So they are tailored to the person who's watching to showcase areas where we might feel like we can show ourselves more love, more acceptance. So they might not be conducive to cross-watching. We can get started. I shuffled a little bit before, so I'll probably like do 2 or 3 of these. I will be using the Sun and Moon tarot decks. If you haven't seen them, they're gorgeous. I'll show you as we go. We'll be doing a 6-card spread, and then at the end I will leave with a spirit message. And then to clarify, I will be using the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. So the first card out is going to be how you see yourself right now. The second card out is going to be maybe things you need to prioritize right now that you're not prioritizing as much. And then the third card is going to be an area where maybe consciously you know that you are not giving yourself 100%, or maybe even subconsciously, but we'll bring that up, okay, to look at. This fourth card is going to be areas that you can allow yourself to show more authenticity. And by being authentic, I mean that when we show ourselves self-love, we are showing ourselves self-acceptance. And when we have accepted aspects of ourselves, we can then showcase those aspects. And that is allowing ourselves to be authentic. When we allow ourselves to be authentic, we are showing ourselves self-love. The 5th card is going to be something you need to let go of, pretty standard. And then the 6th card is going to be something you need to acknowledge, okay? And then our 7th card, like I said, will be our message from Spirit. Just need a sec. You like my cup, Pisces? I'm also a Pisces. Hello, good morning, how are you? So let's see. In the first card, we have the 5 of Swords. Defeat. Are you feeling defeated, Pisces? Sometimes I feel defeated. It's okay. The 5 of Swords. Look at this guy. She has not only beat him, but she has pinned him to the ground. Defeat. Defeat. The head. The toes. Oh, okay. So something you need to prioritize, Pisces, is strength. Pisces, I know from personal experience that we are resilient. We can come back from things. But I also know from personal experience that that's really hard and I don't really want to do it and I'd rather just disassociate. It's a joke, but like it's not a joke because you know. Anyway, so what Spirit's saying right now is like we feel this sense of defeat. I feel it, so I'm just gonna we it, okay? We feel this sense of defeat, and what we have to prioritize, what we need to focus on is our strength, our inner strength to get through whatever is happening. And then some areas where we might know that we are not giving ourselves 100%, the universe. Oh boy, this one to me means embracing change. Okay, so this is basically the World card in the traditional tarot, and that's always a portal, right? The problem with the portal is that you have to walk through that portal. It's not like the Tower. The universe isn't like forcing you to change. But I think, Pisces, that there are areas in which we need to move on from, that we might know about but are not taking the opportunity to do. Okay, be more on point. An area where we can show ourselves more authenticity. Ooh. We have this Princess of Wands, which is much like that Page of Wands. Look at her. She's not only part of the fire, but she is trying to give that fire away too. She's trying to reach the stars. Just all this energy. To me, this signifies sharing our passion. Pisces are very passionate people. Yeah, we're emotional because we care about things. Sorry. But this is sharing that passion. Pisces, maybe some way to show ourselves more authenticity is to come out of our heads, maybe just a little bit, and show other people what passion we are capable of, or show even ourselves that we're capable of things. Something we need to let go of. And I haven't even gotten this card, like, at all with any of the other readings. Pisces, always in our heads about things. Sorrow. We need to let go of this sorrow. What are you sad about? I'm sad about a bunch of things, honestly. It's something we need to acknowledge. Ooh, I'll acknowledge this. Look at this King of Cups. Look at him. Coming in on his little white horse. The King of Cups. I always think of him as like the most emotionally stable of the kings, to be honest. Even though there's a lot of movement in this card, I don't necessarily think of him as someone who comes for you, but he could be. We'll have to clarify more and go over that, because I want to know if this is someone or if it's something, you know? I usually in this position we find like some kind of change, like some kind of movement, like something you need to acknowledge that things are changing, of course, but like in this particular situation, when I think of the King of Cups in the traditional tarot deck, he's not moving. He has built his base, and that's where he is. So we'll have to look more into that. Message from Spirit. The Emperor. I really like the sun that's coming up over the back of him. How it highlights the areas that are his. Reminds me of that scene in The Lion King. Everything the light touches. Well, what about that shadowy area over there? No, not that one. Oh, okay. The universe might be telling us that we have more control than we think. Because the Emperor is in control. The Emperor makes his own decisions. So let's clarify a little bit, Pisces. I'm way ahead of the game. I hope y'all are not going through what I'm going through. This is not a personal reading. It just is pretty on point already. Yay. Integration. So maybe this sense of defeat, this how we're feeling right now, this sense of defeat, is something that we need to integrate. I mean, I don't really want to, but I do understand this aspect of duality, right? Like, maybe for a long time we have felt successful. But we have nothing to compare that to if we don't ever feel defeated. So maybe right now is just a season of humbling. So we have this reunion of souls. Pisces. You know, we feel a defeat around integration or this reunion of souls. I don't usually read like relationship stuff, but I feel like maybe this is close to that. Just because of the passion that's here, the sorrow that's here, the King of Cups that's here, the strength, like everything, honestly, is just kind of indicating that to me. And then this reunion of souls. So maybe there is some sense of defeat that we're feeling over a reunion of souls. We need to be strong, Pisces. The universe says it's all good. So maybe our sense of defeat is just a feeling. Maybe right now we're in our heads, you know, how Pisces be doing. It's me. Maybe we're in our heads right now about whatever we feel is going on, and we feel defeated. But there's an important distinction to make between feelings and reality. Feelings aren't always truth. For instance, if you ever walked into a room and the room is silent, but there's people in the room, and you feel that tension in the air, and you think, were they just talking about me? Oh my goodness, were they talking about me? And then we get all insecure and we get it in our heads, right? But literally anything could have happened in that room. Like, they could have been arguing with themselves before we walked in, or they could have been kissing, literally anything. So our feelings are not always indicative of what the truth of a situation might be. And sometimes we feel like a burden. That can feel like a really strong burden, okay? But what Spirit is telling us right now is we need to have strength, because everything's good. It's all good. We don't have to worry. We probably don't have to worry because we are the Emperor, but we are getting omens. Have you been seeing omens, Pisces? I can't think of anything really, but maybe we should keep an eye out for them. Okay, so maybe we should keep an eye out for omens. And one of the things that the picture has is a hawk. I see lots of hawks all the time, actually. And we already have some birds here too, and there's a snake. So maybe we'll see more of these omens, right? The girl in the picture, in the strength card, she had a snake too wrapped around her leg. And we have the snake in the integration card here. Remember the snake wrapped around her leg? So maybe animals are some kind of omen. And then an area where we're not acknowledging, and that area that we could potentially know about, but maybe we aren't giving as much focus as it needs, was the universe, right? So we said there was that portal, that doorway. It could be open and we're just choosing not to walk through it. Maybe change is coming. Maybe the truth is coming. Let me tell you something, Pisces. I would die for some truth right about now. I might die because of some truth, but I'd die for it also. Because, you know, in America, we don't just symbolize the eagle as truth, we also symbolize the eagle as freedom. Because the truth will set you free in almost every kind of situation. The best kind of information to have, or the best kind of decision to be able to make, is an informed one, right? Abundance, Pisces. I really hope so. I could use the coin. Oh, just jokes. But apparently, this portal is going to bring us truth and abundance. I would love that. I'd love some of that. Who doesn't love truth? Okay. And then Spirit said that an area where we can show ourselves more authenticity is by tapping into this Princess of Sword or Wands energy, right? Princess of Wands energy, by sharing this passion. My goodness, Pisces was so spicy. I know one reader calls us that. We're spicy Pisces. I like it a lot because I'm spicy. Oh, but this is going to be a struggle to show other people our passion. Maybe in a healthy way, because sometimes I can show people I'm passionate by getting real loud. You know what I mean? Like a Pisces. I always see, I'm just going to say this really quickly, I always see those stupid memes where it's like, a Pisces just cries about everything. And then there was that one where they did for a little while where like, it's somebody and then they're like talking to a Pisces, and then for whatever reason they pretend to slap them, and then like the Pisces is like, oh, I'm sorry, oh, don't hit me. I bet you want to slap me, how dare you? How dare you so hard? I never met a Pisces that won't throw hands. Like, if you are a Pisces that won't throw hands, I don't want to be like, you know, separatist or whatever, but you're probably a March Pisces. All of my Pisces friends are February, and I have seen them throw hands. So this one flipped over in the deck. So this sharing of our passion could be a struggle, but it will bring us joy. Damn, look at that. I'd really like that. I'd really like some joy. But something we have to let go of is sorrow, Pisces. Sorrow. This reunion of souls and this portal and this strength is really it's like literally giving me goosebumps. I don't know about this, but this Three of Swords, the sorrow that you need to let go of, might be something that's connected to that truth that's coming, right? So we said the portal and the might be connected to that truth, but what Spirit is saying here is to let go of this sorrow. We need to do some grounding. I was just looking at the weather because while it's sunny outside, it's still pretty cold. And one of my favorite grounding techniques is going for WALKs. I can't say the word because she's over there, but I love to go out into the woods. A Pisces, like I'm not traditionally drawn to water. I tend to find myself needing grounding and finding stability in the woods or outside, surrounded by grass and trees. That usually really helps me a lot, actually. I find that when I'm in water, I tend to daydream even more. One of my favorite things, I'm from Hawaii, and one of my favorite things is to just lay in the water because I have a really kind of big butt, and the salt water, the density, just makes me float. And so I can just lay there and float for like hours and daydream and get sunburned. And it's not as conducive to grounding. For grounding, I really want to be in nature. Yeah, actually these two things go hand in hand, this retreat. Sometimes grounding really does require us to take a step back, to let go of things, you know, to really sit with ourselves and try to figure out what it is we want. And then something we need to acknowledge is that there is a King of Cups. Again, like I said, I don't ever see him as someone who's coming to you. Here he does hold his cup aloft, and he is riding a horse, though. I do want to clarify, because a King of Cups coming to you, not you having to go out and find a King of Cups, not you being the Queen of Cups to find that king, but him coming to you. Come to me, King. Oop, here we go. Growth. I genuinely, like, if you want to comment in the box below, that's really great. But again, with this King of Cups, when I think of him in the traditional tarot deck, this is really throwing me off. I'm gonna have to look it up later. I might write something in the box. But in the traditional tarot deck, he has figured out what's in his cup, right? And he has built a kingdom around that cup. He has this sense of stability with him. He brings, or he just exudes this stability and this emotional stability. His foot is not actually in the water like with our Queen of Cups, but it is very, very close to the water, indicating to me that he is somebody who's in touch with his emotions. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna jump out on a limb here. I'm gonna go with my gut, my parasympathetic nervous system, and say that this defeat that you're feeling connected to the reunion of souls, and this strength that you need to have, and this portal that you need to go through, which will be incorporating somehow this truth and abundance coming from that, and this sorrow that you have to ground yourself and retreat to get away from, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that things are not how you think that they are. That our perception right now might be skewed about this situation because we're feeling a sense of defeat. But Spirit wants us to focus on strength, on sharing our passion. Do you see how that might be that we are misunderstanding the situation? Because I'm feeling that kind of strongly here. And I'm going to say that this King of Cups is coming for you. But he might be taking his time because there could be things that he's going through. He's growing through. It doesn't have to be a man. It could just be that love, like a really high form of love, is coming. He's not the knight. He's not the page. He's not the princess. He's that queen. Letting go. Something you need to acknowledge. Maybe he's not coming. Well, I don't understand this. I'm definitely going to look it up. I'll put it in the box or in my comments below. But, like, this love, maybe we have to let go that it's not coming. I get it. Okay. So what I was saying, we have the wrong idea about this situation. It's our perception. Because we feel defeated, but we want to focus on strength and we want to let go of the sorrow. And something we need to acknowledge is that love is coming. We have to let go of that misperception. And the reason I think this here is because we see the two birds, right? Light and dark, yin and yang, the good and the bad, right? Duality. That's why I think this. Pisces, I was talking to Gemini a little while ago in their reading, and I was talking about how Gemini is a really good example of duality here on Earth, right? Because they represent like different aspects of the same person. My nephew is 5 years old and he is a Gemini, and let me tell you, I love him. His energy, he's so sweet, he's compassionate. He's 5 years old, okay, and we were painting the other day, and I was trying to help him find a color he wanted, so I organized the paint so he could see them. And then when he was finished, I said, don't worry about organizing it. You can just put the paints in the basket and I'll do it later. He is 5 years old, and at 5 years old, he told me, no, that's how you did it. I want it to look like how you want it to look. I know grown human beings who couldn't even put their own thoughts aside long enough to consider what I would like. So that was amazing to me. 5 years old. That's that Gemini energy. The compassion, the consideration, the spirit. Like, I love it. But at the same time, he's also the single most annoying person I've ever met. He's 5 years old, so obviously he's annoying, but he does these things that he knows you think are annoying. So we were in the car the other day going to the PARK, and he sat in the back of my car and made mewling noises. Not like a little kitty, like meow, meow. He was like, meow, just like for a while. Okay, so there's that sense of duality. Like, he can be calm and considerate and patient, but he can also just be crazy. Okay, that's that sense of duality. Pisces, we bring in a different sense of duality, right? Because we are stuck here, okay, for a little while longer. I don't know if like that upsets you as much as it does me. I've heard that we are on our 12th iteration, and that when the cycle changes for us, we don't have to be here anymore. And personally, I'm super excited about it because I don't want to go through this anymore. I don't. Oh my God. Okay, so our duality comes from being stuck here in the physical world, but knowing that the next place that we're going is going to be different. And so we're trying to transition, and often our bodies are here, but our minds are somewhere else. I don't know about you, and if you want to comment on this in the comment box below, in the comment section, I would really, really appreciate it. But I know that Pisces can disassociate. It's one of our biggest things, right? So can I ask you a real question for real? Are you ever just sitting there, you mind your own business, and you're just like, oh, where was I? Like I often feel like wherever I just was not here. But then when I go back to think about it, I'm like, I don't know. What was I doing? Where was I just now? And so I think that with Pisces, we are stuck here physically, but our mind is often somewhere else. And that's our duality. It's that connection between the physical and the spiritual, okay? What I'm saying, I'm sorry, I went on a whole tangent. What I'm saying here is that it's entirely possible. This is that sense of duality for us in letting go of what we think we know to connect to the unknown, right? That duality, that light and the dark, that spiritual and that physical, okay? So maybe right now what we're seeing is in the physical isn't good. And so we're feeling this sense of defeat over this reunion of souls. It doesn't have to be a relationship. This could just be friendships. It could be family members, me and my nephew, or you and your mom. Like, it really could just be like any kind of reunion. But we're feeling that sense of defeat, and that is how we feel in the physical. But in the spiritual, things might be different. The 5D versus the 3D, right? Because Spirit is telling us here, spirit message, is that we have the strength. We are that emperor. I don't know about you. I don't really want to be an emperor. I'd rather be an empress, personally. But this is just saying that we have more control than we think. Have more power than we think. So let's see. Duality, Pisces. We just talked about it. Okay? There is so many things that are balanced by something else. So like the physical world and the spiritual world, light and dark, good and bad. So many things that are balanced. The sun and the moon, the tides and the ocean or whatever. I have no idea. But so many things are balanced. And I think that as Pisces, we tend to focus on one thing, right? But there are multiple aspects of things. So I feel like that duality plays a big part. Psychic developments. Here's what we're, like, that's kind of what I've been, kind of what I'm getting at though, a little bit, right? Is that we might feel right now defeated because we feel this sense of being stuck to the physical. But our psychic developments are our intuition. It's that sense of truth, right, that we have, and that sense of abundance. Pisces are supposed to be the most intuitive signs. We're supposed to be able to feel and function and understand things just by experiencing them. So maybe feeling in charge, understanding the sense of duality is going to help us develop our psychic power. And our psychic power will help us be more discerning. We don't have that one in here, but what was I saying? These psychic abilities are going to help us practice our discernment. Knowing the difference between what's real in a sense that it's solid and it's here now versus what can be real, right? What we can create, because we have this portal that we're supposed to step through. But we have a lot to let go of first. We need to retreat and go and get some grounding, but that will lead to joy, right? With that Princess of Wands. Okay. So I'm just going to give like a quick recap, right? So we said in the beginning that Pisces feels defeated. We have the sense of defeat. Defeat to toes to ears. Sense of defeat. And the card that came out for that was Reunion of Souls. But an integration. An integration, and it's going to require strength. One of the things that we need to prioritize right now is our own strength, mastering our environments, the physical, okay? Because what's coming for us isn't physical at all. It's so spiritual. It's that portal. It's that ability to move forward, that ability to ascend, to change. I don't know about you, but like I said, that's what I want. I just want to move on. And the passion that we have to share, that fieriness that's in us, will be hard, like a struggle and joy, but in the end, we're going to be able to let go of this sorrow and rejoice in our own control, in what we do have control over. And that's our understanding of duality and our psychic abilities. I will look up this King of Cups though, because again, like, I don't really feel like the King of Cups is somebody who's coming towards you. I wouldn't necessarily think that, but we'll look into that and I'll put it down in the comment section below. Okay? So Pisces, I hope this helped, because the spread is for self-love. And if we want to acknowledge ourselves and give ourselves more self-love, we will have to let go of this defeated energy and this sorrow. Okay? Good luck. Have a good day.